See what's in my bag.
This is my money disc. I love this for control.
Firebirds. Let the disc do the work and fly.
Classic great AVRs. Great disc.
Hi, my name is Hannah Leatherman. I'm on the star team for Innova Champion Discs, and today I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what's in my bag. So just to start, this here is my bag. It's a Rebel bag from Upper Park Designs. They sponsor me. They've been sponsoring me since day one, and love their bags. So I carry the Rebel bag. All right, and a little bit about my bag. This is a little side note, but these are the shoelaces that I wore when I won US Women's. I put this on my bag, I braided it up, and it's just a good reminder for me to stay focused on my dreams. And then we'll start with my mini. The mini that I currently have in the bag is from my first tournament ever on August 21st, 2010. So it's kind of a special mini to me, so I like to put it in the bag on occasion. Right now, that's where it is. So yeah, let's talk about my discs here. I'll start with my putters. These here are my Yeti Pro AVRs. This is my main putter. I use it for putting and also for approach shots and also off the tee. I used to have a lot more variety of putters in my bag, but lately I've just gone pretty much strictly to Yetis. I like to carry 2 or 3. I like to carry a brand new one, and then also one that goes kind of straight, and then one that kind of flips to the right. One in particular that's interesting, this one here, this is the newest addition to my bag. This is signed by Yeti himself, and it says Hannah Stay Yeti right here. And I really like this. It's a 3-time, it's beautiful. I just got it from him. He gave it to me at the Glassbone Open. So this is a new one in my bag, and it's gonna stay there. And then the other two, this is my straight one, and this is also the one I've been putting with lately. And this is the one that's kind of flipping over to the right. So those are my Yetis. And then my other putter right now is a Pro Pig. This one, when I can't really use a Yeti, for instance, in a big headwind, or if I needed to hyzer shot, this is my go-to other putter. So that's my putting line up there. So we'll go right into, I guess, the mid-ranges now. So I carry 4 mid-ranges here. We'll start with the DX Glow Rock. This one, you can't really see it that well, but it has a Valkyrie stamp. So this is the oldest disc in my bag, by far. It's so beat up, and it basically flips to the right at this point. And it's a good hyzer flip disc also. Then I have this other rock here. It's a KC Pro flat top rock, and this one is my straight mid-range. And this is an interesting disc. This here is a Champion Crow. I don't know anyone else who throws a Champion Crow off the top of my head, but I love it. And the reason I love it is because I've had 2 aces with it, and it's very reliable. It always finishes to the left, and I just love the way that it feels. And yeah, it's basically one of my favorite discs of all time. So that's never leaving the bag. And then here, the last one is a Champion Gator. This one I use for approach flick shots and sort of short, skippy, hyzer backhand shots. It's very, very overstable. And next we have the fairway drivers. So I have 3 fairway drivers. First here I have the G-Star Leopard. This one I like to throw in the woods, like tunnel shots, hyzer flip type shots. This here is a G-Star T-Bird. This one is for straight shots and finishes left. And then here we have the Sexton Firebird. I played mixed doubles with Nate Sexton last year at Worlds, and he throws his Firebird like almost every shot. And after seeing all his amazing shots, I thought I should throw a Sexton Firebird too. So now this is in my bag as well, and I love it. I use it for flick shots and also for shots that I want to finish left. It's very stable, overstable for me, which is perfect. It's a great addition to the bag, so thank you, Nate Sexton, for that. We have the drivers next. I'm gonna start with this stack of drivers here. So this is a new addition to my bag, the Star Roadrunner. Pretty much brand new disc. I've lost a couple already. I threw them in the water. I don't know why I do that sometimes. I guess we all do. But anyway, yeah, so I really like this disc. It's a good for turning it over to the right. And also I like to throw it for tunnel shots in the woods when I need it to go a little further than my Leopard. So I've been using that a lot lately. Let's see here. Another new addition to my bag this year is the Star Shrike. I used to throw the Star Turn quite a bit. And so this year they came out with the Star Shrike. They wanted me to test it. I did some testing with it. And it turned out I really like the Star Shrike a lot. And so I put it in my bag. I find that it gives me a lot of max distance on my shot. I carry 2 of them. So one of them has been used for a little bit, so it flips a little bit to the right, and the other one is pretty much brand new, and I find that it goes pretty straight for me. So I really like those 2 discs a lot, and they've replaced some of the Star Turns in my bag, but not all of them, because I still am throwing my Tour Series disc, which is the HL Star Turn. This is more stable than the Shrike, so and it's more stable than the other Star Turns, and that's actually what I had asked for last year when I had them made this. I wanted to make it a little extra stable because I was finding last year that my Star Turns would start getting flippy kind of right away for me for the distance that I had. And so this one starts out more stable, but you can still get a lot of distance on it, and then once it beats in a little bit, it becomes like the perfect disc for me. So I had one that was really beat up, and I just lost it at my last tournament in the water. And so that one was flying really nice for me. So this is actually a brand new HL Star Turn. And so right now what I'm using this for is I'm flicking it for very straight shots, and then also throwing it for shots that I want it to finish left. And then over time, as it starts to beat in, it'll get right into that sort of butter zone. And then that's just where I like them. So that one's definitely staying in the bag. Let's see here. And then these 2, these are also kind of new additions to the bag this year. These I put in, this is a Pro Wraith and a Pro Boss. And these I put in right before the Nick Hyde Memorial because I knew it was supposed to rain really bad. As we all know, it really rained at the Nick Hyde. So I really like this Pro Plastic feel because it's kind of grippy, like even in the rain. So I put these 2 in my bag thinking like, okay, well, these will be good if it's pouring rain, which it did. But then as I started throwing them in practice rounds and stuff like that, I started thinking, I really like these two discs. So they actually are staying in my bag. And so this Pro Wraith, basically, it's pretty stable for me. So I like to throw it for hyzer shots and also windy shots. And this Pro Boss is even more overstable for me. So this is like my almost overstable disc, I think. So I use it in a really bad headwind or stuff like that. So anyway, these are kind of interesting new additions to the bag as well. And then finally we have this kind of like hodgepodge of other drivers that I really like, and these are some of the oldest discs in my bag. So I'll just explain these to you here. First of all, we have the Champion Katana. This disc has been in my bag forever, and it's kind of always been sort of like a specialty disc. Like I don't even know how I started throwing it. I think my husband Dustin was throwing it, and I stole it from him, and then he stole it back, and then I think this has been stolen between us maybe 3 or 4 times. So right now, this one is just really like sort of a hyzer flip disc that does really magical things in the woods, and I really love it. And so recently, a friend of mine wanted to do a trade for another disc, so he traded me this other Champion Katana, and it's kind of like really similar to this orange one. And so I put it in my bag, and I was like just playing with it, and for some reason it's like the perfect disc for me right now. So this is kind of like my main driver right now. It's going super straight and super far. So yeah, 2 Champion Katanas in my bag. And then a couple other really old discs in my bag. This is a G-Star Destroyer. This is like right after the G-Star came out. And this one's super flippy, and I can't get rid of it. I just love it in the woods. So this one's staying in the bag. And then I have another G-Star Destroyer too. This one's a little more stable than this one. And I like to throw this one like for uphill type shots. So those are in my bag. And then the last one is a really old, beat up Champion Boss. And if you see me flicking out there on the course, this is what I generally flick with. Almost all my flick shots and like get out of trouble shots, tomahawks, things like that. This thing's super nice and really old. So that's in my bag too. Pretty much it. That's my bag for you guys. I just want to thank you for listening to my In the Bag today. I also want a quick shout out to my sponsors, Adidas Terex. They've been sponsoring me since last year with all this gear, free gear, which has been awesome. They have awesome disc golf shoes. You should check them out. And then D-Town Disc Golf Store. They, if you guys need Innova discs, you can check out their website. Let's see, D-Town right here. And then we have Paragon Disc Golf, and they print my shirts, and they do a bunch of other stuff for me too. So Miles is awesome over there. So appreciate all you guys, and thank you so much.